Hi, and welcome to another Level 3 Probability Concepts video. In this video, we're just going to recap probability tables, or two-way tables as they're commonly called, just to see if you can remember how to work them. So let's get straight into our example number 1. We have a two-way table. We have those on learner's license and those on restricted license, and those who get caught with speeding and those who do not get caught with no speeding. So speeding ticket and no speeding ticket. So here's our first question. What is the probability that a driver on a learner license received a speeding ticket? Well, we're talking about a driver on a learner license. So this is what we call conditional probability. We're going to look at conditional probability in detail in a later video. But for now, this is what you should have been taught. That we're just going to focus in on a certain part of the table, the learner license drivers. And we're going to work out the probability that they received a speeding ticket. So that's going to be 14 out of 159. So the probability a driver on a learner license received a speeding ticket is 14 out of 159. You could convert that to a decimal or a percentage, but because we have to do a bit of rounding, I personally think it's not worth it, and I'd rather leave it as a fraction. All right, part B, what proportion of drivers received a speeding ticket? Proportion is just the same as probability, and we're talking about drivers. We're not specifically talking about learners or those on speeding tickets, so we're just talking about drivers. So that's all drivers in this survey. So we're talking about the total, 509 drivers. So what proportion received a speeding ticket? Well, you can see 44 out of the 509 got a speeding ticket. So we could say the probability that drivers received a speeding ticket is 44 out of 509. And again, if you felt like converting it to a decimal or a percentage, you could. But again, because of rounding, I'm going to keep it as a fraction. All right, part C. What is the probability a person that did not receive a speeding ticket was on their restricted license? So we're back to conditional probability because we're talking about a person that did not receive a speeding ticket. So let's zone in on the table and look at those that did not receive a speeding ticket, which are these people here. And we want to know what's the probability they were on their restricted license. And you can see 320 of them were on their restricted out of the 465. So the probability a person that did not receive a speeding ticket was on their restricted license is 320 out of 465. Again, you could simplify the fraction or convert it to a decimal or percentage if needed. Right, well, our final question, just to make sure you've really got the hang of these things. What is the probability a person on their restricted license received a speeding ticket? Similar to one we've just done earlier. So we're talking about conditional, a person on their restricted license. So we're zoning in on this part of the table, restricted license, and we want to know the probability they received a speeding ticket. So that's just going to be 30 out of 350. And again, you might choose to simplify it or convert it to a decimal or percentage if needed. Right, well, that's us for probability tables. So thanks very much for watching.